Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Study the winners you personally encounter. Study the winners you personally encounter. And notice I said winners. And you know, even though on this channel I'm usually about man gets woman, I also talk about sovereignty and just being generally successful in life. Study the men that you personally encounter to really learn something. You know, and y'all know on this channel I always say, hey, don't just take don't take my word for anything. Go out and check out everything I talk about. Go out. Because I'm gonna tell you what, you get a lot of people who follow they follow what somebody shows on videos a little too closely. And the reality is you can be shown anything. You can be shown anything and it don't mean anything. A lot of stuff is staged. Let's just be real. Now, personally, I don't stage anything. What you see is what you get. But even then, you still, if you really want to get an idea about how I roll or something, you have to be around me. Because people who've met me in the real world versus here, they always say stuff like, oh, wow, you're taller than I thought you were. Oh, wow, you thorough, you more down, you got a little bit more street in you, or you a bit more intelligent. I can only show you so much in a 15-minute video, and all the videos, no matter how many I do, you're only gonna see so much because you're only seeing me in one position. You know, you see me sitting on a couch, a chair, whatever, or even in my car videos, you seen a small part. You're not seeing me interact with people. You know, and I ain't gonna walk around with some camera or something, because even that's staged, because you gotta get there. If you're gonna show somebody, you gotta get their permission. So even that is staged to an extent. Now, if you want to learn something, whether it's you know, how a particular man is getting a woman, or how a particular man is just winning in life, or how he interacts, how he rolls, you need to study him. So who do you study? You study the winners that you personally encounter. When I say personally, like you can walk up and shake their hand. You're in a position to watch them interact with people. That's how you really know something. That's how you really get an idea. Like, how are they standing? Like, okay, say you're paying attention to somebody, all the women going crazy. Okay, what is it about to do? How is he standing? How is he behaving? How is he dressed? You know, what's his general body build? You know, is his haircut look crisp? You can see that right there. And then you can see how the women interacting with him. You know, no cameras, just how it's a natural thing. Or if you see somebody conducting business, how are they doing it? Now, people on my business channel know I've had an extensive history of vending, of like setting up a table somewhere and selling. And, you know, just because of the circumstance, I haven't vended in a while. Really since before the COVID lockdowns. But if you would have seen me there, then you could see how I'm rolling. You see how I'm interacting with people, you know. And they, like, say you watching, like anybody conducting business, how they doing it, how they talking to the people, you know, how they running. Maybe they own a retail shop, bookstore, something like that. How they doing it? Or if you work, say you're working in an office or something. Okay, how the managers, successful managers doing it? Or you working in a place where you can watch someone do sales. It could be car sales, furniture sales, whatever, real estate sales. Okay, you're in a position to see them. How are they doing it? Because then that's the best way to learn. And let me be clear, just not saying emulate what they do. Learn from it, because ultimately whatever they do, you can learn some stuff, but then you got to incorporate it. You got to incorporate it to fit your style, your personality. And see, that's very important. Like, just pay attention to them. Just pay attention. Like, I'll give you another example, and this is from the man gets woman thing. In my books, Nice Guys and Players, yeah, I got some stuff in there definitely based on my personal experiences, but not all on it. Like, when I talk about the guys who get women, I study players constantly. Even to this minute. If I get somebody to call me up for a consultation, I find out they're a player, I just start asking questions. And I've had surveys that I've given questionnaires I've given out to players. But I just pay attention. Okay, what he doing? What he doing? Okay, why are the women responding to this guy? And then then I share it back with y'all. But not just off of what somebody tell me. See, I get the most if I'm watching them. I'll shout out one person, Cousin T-Tall, first self-improvement summit. That dude, I watched him basically pull 2 women, and he already had a woman with him. I was like, wait a minute, this is like a master class. I'm watching him work, and plus some other guys who've been at the summits. We have an after party, and I'm sitting there like, oh, okay, I see you play. I was even doing some coaching, but I'm seeing that. And some of the guys who went there, they seeing me operate as well. They seeing how I'm interacting. But you seeing that in the real world. So if you got, like, one of the most important things any man should have, you got to work to have a winner in your circle, at least one, preferably 5. Because it's said that people, their habits will reflect their 5 closest friends and what they do. And that's what it said. So you want at least a minimum 1, preferably 5. Hell, if you can get 20, shoot, you the bomb, And that's another thing too. Let me just go off on a tangent. Because of that, it's very important you pay attention to who you are around. And this goes beyond man gets woman. You need to be around winners, and you need to see how they doing. I've seen that. I've seen that like constantly in my life. Even like measure my own behavior. When I was around like some guys who on some losing thing, I just felt like, it would mess with me. But then when I was around winners, it was like boom, boom, boom. Because their mindset was different, Their mindset. Like I've been around some guys who are millionaires, like this dude I used to work with. I ain't gonna get into why he was at the particular place working. But this dude had a trust fund, just one he had 2 trust funds. One of them could have purchased my house I was living in at the time. And I was watching just listening to him and watching how he's operating. Plus he's a master class. I need to reach out to him. That dude had women going crazy. I was watching this shit. I was like, ain't this some stuff? I was watching them throw it at him and everything. So I was like, okay, you could learn a lot there. You can learn a lot there. And then one of the other things, final things, you see what people do in the real world. Like I said, the thing about online, and which is why I always tell y'all, look, no matter what I say, go find out for yourself. And as I said earlier in this video, it's a lot of make-believe. People can put up smoke and mirrors easily. They can put up, they can they can fake it till they make it, because you don't know where they at. They could have a fancy background and everything, but they living in their mom's basement. So it's just like, wow. Oh, if somebody gets smart, I go, are you living in your mom's basement? My mother passed. So anyway, here's the thing. Here is the thing. You want to see what they're doing, pay attention to it. Don't emulate it, but learn the lessons from it, because you can get a bigger perspective on stuff. See, like a lot of the information I'm giving y'all about women, like I said, yeah, it got my personal stuff, but I've been an eyewitness to women throwing it at certain men. That's why I go against a lot of what some people think who get into play, because they going by what they seen online. You can't trust that. There's a lot of acting online. Even when you see a woman going crazy over supposedly a chat or something, how you know that's real? Because when I'm out in public, when I'm at a club or places where men and women interacting, the guys will be getting the women and don't look like a fashion model, but they grinding up on the woman and shit, or the woman grinding up on them. Shit, I remember like when I was in Houston for that self-improvement summit at the club. Man, this fine woman had this older big guy who, he hadn't even heard a body game, but she was grinding the fuck out of him. They were getting nasty on that floor. I was just like, man. See, you don't know. You gotta go out and see shit. So, but anyway, study the winners you personally encounter. You get to know them. Talk to them. Shoot, they might give you a perspective. you can look at a lot of stuff. You learn a lot of stuff. Because I know whenever I've encountered winners and just watch them and just talk with them, pick their brain, I always won something. You know, always got something. You know, and just look at the people. You can tell when somebody winning out here. Just ask them sometime. Seriously. So anyway, that's all I have for today. And incidentally, I always say that's all I have for today. That's because when I tape this, I always tape this a couple weeks earlier, or at least a week early. I don't know what I'm gonna do that day anyway, so it could be all y'all get, but then you might get a car video. But I'm used to saying that, so anyway. That's all I have for now. I'm gonna start saying that. That's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.